Hey everyone, this is Austin, and welcome to a video. And this is, I know it says probably Shield Hero, the title explained or stuff. This is actually, I might do this actually quite a bit more, but this is where I'm kind of going to sit down and kind of explain stuff people had questions about, and I ask you guys, what questions do you have, and with the best of my ability I can answer without spoiling much. I know that's going to be a key thing here, but I asked you, hey, what did you not understand through episodes 1 through 13? And of course, I'll answer certain questions that have stuff in. I know someone gave me a theory, and I can't really tell you. I know on Twitter I can't really tell you that without spoiling stuff, so I do apologize in advance. But I'm going to try to break everything down to the best I can and explain stuff. So yeah, it's going to be kind of a throw it in the background kind of video. Just listen to this as I talk. But yeah, usually that's kind of how my videos are. So nonetheless. Let's get into it. So, Daniel on YouTube, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, asked, hey, do you think it's worth picking up the manga/light novel after the anime? And I'm going to be honest, I do recommend picking up the manga now. It is quite a great read. I enjoyed it. And the light novel, yeah, I recommend it. If you want to get ahead, I would say read the web novel, but the web novel actually, it's a bit different than the light novel. The light novel took out certain aspects, and I don't think this matters as a spoiler, but there is a part in the light novel that cuts out a very, I would say, a rough part of the web novel that, Raphtalia is presumed dead by Naofumi, but she really isn't. Naofumi kind of goes haywire, and he creates, mini Raphtalias to, benefit himself and kind of calm himself down, and I'm kind of happy they didn't put that in the light novel, and it's still a really great read. I would recommend it. I know it is currently on Amazon if you do want to, buy it and support the cause, basically. There you go. I know a lot of people ask me on Twitter about that. I'm like, yeah, it's on Amazon. We have the manga companion and the light novel, in which I'm very surprised that the light novel is in English, because that usually isn't how it goes. But nonetheless, continuing on. So, from Justin on Discord, why did Naofumi not taste the food from before? And I see this question quite a lot, and it's, to break it down, it has to do with anxiety and kind of stress. And I don't know if you guys ever been like really stressed out to the point that anytime whatever you do is kind of going through the motions, and you're not really feeling yourself, and anything you do isn't as great. I mean, I've done this before. I mean, I've gone through rough patches on YouTube that I don't feel like doing my best. And Naofumi had everything. He didn't feel comfortable too. It was on top of that. And when you're not welcomed, you're not welcomed in a place, but you are still there, and you're eating there. It's kind of like if you ever had your family ever gone through a big argument or something, and you're sitting there and eating, the food doesn't taste great, and your stomach kind of hurts. You don't want to eat it, but you have to eat it to survive. And that's kind of why that he wasn't able to eat originally. And I know that's kind of putting, from the experience I know and stuff I've learned, that's kind of why he wasn't able to. And Raphtalia is actually the person that kind of broke him out of it, because he realized there's someone in that world that's there for him, and he has someone to rely on. And the next question Justin asked me, wonderful person, why is Melty the nice sister? Well, it stems from that Melty has been presumed to be a very bad person, and she's been against demi-humans, and I know a lot of people don't like her, and it's quite justified. But Melty, for a reason, she's the nice sister, because she hasn't been, how do I put it, her father hasn't really been in the way. And I kind of feel, as I said, I'm not trying to spoil much, but the king has kind of rubbed off on Melty, and kind of, she's close to her father, and we see Melty's close with her mother, and it kind of explains why. It's kind of due with, parenting. If you are with, if you have two kids, one is going to be with, close to the mother, one's going to be close to the other. And they're going to kind of replicate their behavior, and that's kind of why, Melty is the way she is. Not giving her an excuse, it's still not justified, but hey, what can you do? And I'm going to be honest, I love Mel. She's quite a great character. And someone points it out, and I didn't really realize until now, Melty kind of is the Aqua of this anime. Just gonna put that out there. But anyways, continue on. From good old, I know I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, and I do really apologize, Minua I know that's from an anime. I actually have still yet to finish that anime, so I'll get around to that probably. I know if you hear this, you're like, hey, you should watch that anime. As I said, I apologize, but when will they kill Malty and the King? Malty's not going to die for quite a bit, and there's a certain reason I can't really explain, but just know she holds something that is going to play the biggest part in the end. And the King I can't really tell you without spoiling, so do know they do die eventually. So they don't die right away, and I'm probably going to have to explain that when we get to that part in the, series, but when we get there kind of thing, that's how I'm going to leave it off with an open-ended thing. But next question, who do you think has the best character design and story and why? Well, I know this is going to be a bit biased. I do think Raphtalia kind of has a great character design and a backstory, and we're going to start seeing that in the couple of next episodes. I know that I'm doing this for episode 14, and it's going to be quite, touching, to say the least. And I know I convinced actually one of my college professors to, watch it, and it's just one of those animes that it's pretty good, and I think she has the best story and character design. Now, if I'm going to be honest, Naofumi has like the best story of character progression wise, because he is the main character, and it's at a very really reasonable pace. But anyways, next question from using the good old name from the girl from Demon Slayer, quite nice. I still can't pronounce it for the life of me. Nisuko. When will we ever have another member join the Naofumi crew? Yes, we will, and that's actually going to be happening in this arc. And the next arc, we're going to see someone that was a villain join them. But that's what I'm going to leave it off with, without spoiling too much. But you've actually, to give you a little reference, do watch the opening. You'll start to see who is the new crew member. It'll be quite obvious when I tell you that. But next question. This is all from Nick. Nick, thank you for being a long time viewer. Same with Justin. You guys have been there for quite a while since I've been covering DxD. Just want to mention that. Thank you guys. Anyway, so will Naofumi gain another skill? Yes, he will. He's going to get a new shield, and it's actually one of my favorite shields because it reminds me of the shields from Zelda. But without spoiling much, it's actually quite an epic shield. It's not like the Shield of Wrath or the Shield of Rage, the Curse Shield kind of series. But nonetheless, it's one of those shields I really love, and I can't wait to see. And I'm kind of a little depressed they didn't put it in the opening, but hey, we'll see it when we get there, kind of thing. But anyways, the next question: will Naofumi ever gain the same trust that he had in the beginning and in the future, from the beginning in the future of the anime or the series? Well, with the companions he has, he trusts them completely already, and you kind of see it play a part to the Shield of Rage. And I'm pretty sure you know this, but you asked the question for me to explain it. But he's never going to fully trust people as he did. He's not going to be as naive because he's kind of been burnt, and I think that's kind of why Naofumi's such a great character and well designed, that he learns. He doesn't, fall for the same trick twice, and he will have the internal battle of, should I trust this person? As we saw, with Melty. He didn't trust her right away. He had a reasonable reason, and it's just, he's such a, I know Mother's Basement must love this anime because it's a really realistic point of view, and just like with Domestic Girlfriend, that was all realistic because nothing is ever cut and dry with humans or the human emotion. And it's just, I know saying that kind of sounds weird, but that's kind of how it is. And Naofumi, truly, it's like asking, would you ever trust a girl or boy that cheated on you in a relationship? I don't judge. Would you ever trust them again? I know I would never. Once a cheater, always a cheater kind of thing. But yeah, that's kind of how I'll explain that one. But yeah, just do know he's going to trust Raphtalia and Philo and a couple other people in the future. Not to spoil it much, but yeah, that's how that's going to go. Who are the best girls in the anime by rank so far, and why? Now, I'm going to leave a couple characters out because I'm not a big fan of them. But so far, we all know number one is Raphtalia. The number two, I know people, this is where we all get different. I do love Glass. I love Glass a whole lot. Then I would put probably the Queen. I love the Queen. I know some of you who don't know why yet. She's quite amazing, and she is an anime, and I can't put certain characters yet, I've realized, because there's another person. She's a swordswoman, a master at it, to say the least. But I like her too. But Philo would probably be around there than Mel, and yeah, Melty He's quite nice, but you know, we gotta protect her and Philo. And Melty, send her to the ranch. Basically, that's kind of how it would go for me. Who's your actual favorite girls and Shield Hero? Tell me in the comments down below. I'm kind of curious. Explain why too. That I'm gonna put the question on you guys, huh? How do you like that? But anyways, the next question, I kind of put your two questions together and kind of made it into a question that I can answer a little more direct. What other animes would you recommend if you like Shield Hero? And if you like isekai and kind of this stuff, I would recommend Death March to a Parallel World. I know a lot of people don't like this next anime. I quite enjoy it. I know this one's a bit serious, but that's kind of why I recommend Death March. Death March is a bit serious and not serious, and obviously I would recommend Overlord if you quite like it. I'm going to just recommend the first season. After that, it's up to you, because I didn't quite enjoy the next couple seasons that follow Overlord, but I would recommend Another World with My Smartphone. It's not as serious. I kind of enjoy it. Well, I do enjoy it. I think there's another season, but people like to rank on it because it's an isekai, and it's easy to do that. But nonetheless, another one I would probably recommend. I'm trying to think of a. Well, here comes a very long name. Ready? Well, I'm going to have two long names coming out. So make sure you pay attention here. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? It's actually quite an epic anime, and I would throw No Game No Life too with that. And another one I would probably recommend is, if somehow you haven't watched That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, I would highly recommend it. And if you like the brutalness of this, I guess, of Shield Hero, which it doesn't really have many parts, but Goblin Slayer would be one of them. That's kind of a thing, like, if you're up for it. I wouldn't recommend the anime, I would recommend the manga, if you want to get into that, but there you go. That's kind of my recommendations. I know there's a lot more, and I'm pretty sure people are going to recommend it. Hey, do what you want, but I know there's one person that likes to link his video, and I've caught that quite a lot. Please don't advertise your videos on my stuff. It's not cool, dude. Thank you. But anyways, James, my good old pal James. Why does Philo eat her own kind? And this is kind of a funny question, because it's kind of it's one of those, going back to the whole parenting thing of Naofumi. He really hasn't told her that it's wrong to do that until like one time, and she eats whatever she wants because she's a hungry little bird. She's an angry bird. Then I have, of course, the questions: why Philo? Where Philo? What Philo? Yada yada. Philo is just Philo. That's all you need to know. Philo. If that answers your question. But next question comes from Chibi. Who's best boy? Well, I'm gonna be honest. Best Boy's coming up. L'ark is one of my favorite, characters. Even though it may not look like he's friendly after a certain point, but hey, I actually quite like who he is. And now, I do think I skipped a question, but I'll probably come to it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Daniel. Which of the three heroes has the best character development? Now, going with this one, I would love to say Naofumi, but he's not one of the three heroes. I would probably say Ren, Kirito clone, and it's kind of funny that he is a clone of Kirito, but he has more character development than Kirito in the anime. But that's kind of the only hero that kind of has the saving grace of, he's a redeemable character. And I'm going to be honest, Isaki, the bow user or bow hero, I don't like him. He's quite a horrible jerk throughout the series. And I mean, yeah, he warms up eventually, and we have Spear Hero. And to explain Spear Hero, I know I'm going to go on a tangent with this one, but some of you might enjoy it. The thing with Spear Hero, he's kind of a gullible idiot, and that's kind of his character wrapped up quite fast. But yeah, that's why he's kind of easy to trick. And I know I kind of summed that up quite fast. It's kind of sad, I know, but that's kind of why I'm going to be honest. The Shield Hero, Rise of the Shield Hero, Spear Hero's my least favorite hero out of all of them, and we made quite a lot of them. But anyways, that's kind of the wrap up for the first kind of questions for this. I'm probably going to do another part for the next parts, but hey, I'll see you until then, guys. Now tell me in the comments down below who's your favorite girl. As I said, I'll catch you later, and make sure to share this video so we can have people understand stuff. But anyways, guys, I'll see you later. This has been Austin. Peace.